small village of Ambro, located in the Zora Township of Oxford County in Ontario, lies the only monument in the world that is erected in Roman-sized Taiwanese, amongst 3 other languages. These provincial historical plaques commemorate Reverend George Leslie Mackay, the most famous missionary of his generation. Mackay was the first Canadian to work and live in Asia, initiating 150 years of Canada's engagement in the East and marking the beginning of Canada and Taiwan's friendship. On March 9, 1872, the 28-year-old Mackay was sent by the Canada Presbyterian Church to begin his overseas mission. He arrived in Tamsui, northern Taiwan, which was called Formosa at the time, and resided there until his death on June 2, 1901. He died at the age of 57 from throat cancer and is buried in a Tamsui graveyard he had built for his family and his students. During the 30 years in Taiwan, Mackay showed immense kindness and love to all the people. An unconventional character but sensitive to local needs, Mackay was famed for his peculiar methods in learning the Taiwanese culture from his students, studying the language from village boys, training the local clergy, and his unusual ways in extracting teeth. In 1878, he married a Taiwanese woman, Diong Chang Mian, or Minnie, and had 3 children. This bond became a symbol of love between Taiwan and Canada. Mackay's love and life's work left an impressive legacy. His dedicated contribution to Taiwan has won him the affection, respect, and gratitude from the Taiwanese people who called him the son-in-law of Taiwan. On October 11, 1881, a grand meeting of 1,500 people, including the people of Oxford County and the Premier of Ontario, Oliver Mowat, presented Mackay with a gift of $6,215 to build a college in Taiwan. This was Canada's first overseas development project. In 1882, Mackay founded the Tamsui Oxford College. With the leftover funds, he established the Tamsui Girls' School in the following year, making this the very first school for women in Taiwan. Minnie became the principal. The Oxford College eventually became Alethea University. In 2004, the university gifted Oxford County a large statue of Mackay, which proudly stands in the Courthouse Square in Woodstock. Mackay's life stories are woven into his famous black beard through various carvings.
It's amazing what the man has accomplished over the years, and he was a man ahead of his time. Little did he realize, I don't think, when he first started, that he was going to take the first steps in amalgamating or making friendships between the Western world and Taiwan. And it has lasted for 150 years. Let's hope it lasts for another 150 years, and we can only build on our strengths and our association and our work in cooperation with the Taiwanese people in Taiwan. And the only way we can do that is just keep getting stronger and better.
Mackay's vision to establish schools in Taiwan was further fulfilled by his family. In 1914, his son George William founded the Tamkan High School. The school crest bears a maple leaf, while the Mackay clan tartan is represented in the school uniforms. Every year on June 2nd, students pay tribute to Mackay at his grave on campus. The Tamkan High School has a sister school partnership with the Woodstock Collegiate Institute in Ontario, where biannual student exchanges take place. Canada's generosity towards Taiwan was not just limited to education. Mackay also distributed medicine and performed simple operations. In 1879, with $3,000 donated by the widow of a sea captain who also happened to be a Mackay, the Reverend built a clinic in Tamsui and named the clinic after the captain. In 1912, a new hospital was built in Taipei under the name of Mackay to pay tribute to the Reverend. Over the last century, Canadian doctors and nurses have practiced in the Mackay Memorial Hospital, which remains one of the largest medical networks in Taiwan, with 5 branches in 3 cities and the addition of a large medical college in 2009. Aside from the hospital, several schools, and 60 chapels, Mackay also founded a museum in his hometown of Tamsui. The museum housed important relics of natural history and of Taiwan's unique cultures, which he used for his college classes. In 1893, Mackay brought almost 1,000 artifacts to Canada. They were later displayed in the Royal Ontario Museum, making the ROM the custodian of the oldest collection of Taiwanese Aboriginal artifacts in the world. The clothes seen here are the only set of Kavalan bridal clothing left in the world. To this day, Mackay's museum continues to showcase and revive Aboriginal cultures.
I was a missionary in Taiwan with the Presbyterian Church in Taiwan for 12 years. When I came back to Canada, I began to think, how could we do more to promote Taiwan-Canada relations? And I realized that George Leslie Mackay was already a hero in Taiwan, but had been totally forgotten in Canada. So we began to work on reviving his memory in Canada. As we began to do more research on Mackay, both in Canada, United States, and Taiwan, we began to discover this man was unlike any other 19th century missionary of his day. We discovered that Mackay really is a forerunner of the contemporary values of equality and anti-racism and cultural respect, which we aspire to in Canada today, which makes him not just a bridge between Taiwan and Canada, but a symbol of what it means to be Canadian for us today.
The 2001 centenary of Mackay's passing marked an important milestone for Canada-Taiwan relations. The Canadian Mackay Committee was organized in Toronto to promote this special friendship between two countries through the recognition of Mackay. Taiwan issued a Mackay commemorative stamp. Part of the ROM collection was sent to Taiwan for the exhibition Treasures Preserved Abroad, which resulted in a national sensation. Tamsui marked an official annual Mackay Day and became a sister city with the Oxford County. This incredible alliance sparked various international exchanges, including an invitation for the Ingersoll Pipe Band from Oxford County to Taiwan and a returning visit to the Tamsui Canadian Festival in 2010. Since 2001, visits to Tamsui and Oxford College became a regular stop for Canadian politicians and civic leaders visiting Taiwan, further linking Mackay's story into this extraordinary friendship. The Canada-Taiwan Parliamentary Friendship Group is the second largest friendship group in Parliament after Canada and the United States.
On behalf of the Canada Parliamentary Friendship Group for Taiwan, I bring you greetings from all of us, all the parliamentarians that so much love the Taiwanese people.
In 2017, the Member of Provincial Parliament from Oxford County formed an annual recognition of Mackay in the Ontario Legislature. This special day is celebrated around Mackay's birthday on March 21st, with a reception for MPPs, Oxford County officials, Taiwan's diplomats, and the leaders of the Toronto Taiwanese community.
This week would mark Dr. Mackay's 173rd birthday. All these years later, he's still remembered, not just here in Ontario, but throughout Taiwan as a hero. It is a friendship and a legacy that we will continue to celebrate.
Today, Taiwan is a shining example of the values Dr. Mackay promoted so vigorously. It is a beacon of democracy, of pluralism and freedom, affording its citizens the freedom of press, of speech, and freedom of faith. I can say without any doubt that Taiwan is a genuine and reliable partner for Ontario and for all of Canada, a country that upholds the rule of law, a country that stands for democracy in a region of the world that could use more of it.
People are often amazed at the gratitude expressed toward Mackay and Canada by the Taiwanese people, including non-Christians. Taiwan has celebrated Mackay with a Taiwanese opera, a Western opera, Taiwanese puppet plays, and even a Mackay anime. Not to mention local performances, musical compositions, and art exhibits that regularly pay tribute to this national hero. In Canada, writer Bill Butt wrote a musical theater piece called The Black-Bearded Barbarian, which was performed in Ambro in 2018. When Canada desperately needed PPE to combat COVID-19 in 2020, the Taiwanese people responded immediately. Over 2.25 million items like masks, PPE, and respirators were given to Canada by the government of Taiwan. The Mackay Memorial Hospital, the Tamsui District, the students of Tam Khan High School, Taiwanese Canadian groups and individuals. Many of these donations specifically acknowledged Mackay.
Taiwan and Canada have a strong bond because of Reverend Mackay. He was an example of love, kindness, and equality. Last year, we donated 150,000 masks to Dr. Mackay's hometown and hospitals in Ontario to express our sincere appreciation to Reverend Mackay for what he did for our people.
2022 marks the 150th anniversary of Mackay's arrival in Tamshui. Commemorative stamps, calendars, exchange visits, academic symposiums, and exhibits are well into preparation to celebrate this significant milestone. Initiated by a noble Canadian and nourished by the kindness of both our peoples, we continue to celebrate this love, generosity, harmony, mutual goodwill, and beautiful part of history. For 150 years and counting, this long-standing friendship and remarkable bond between Taiwan and Canada will be deeply cherished and will continue to flourish into the future.